Cheers, and welcome back to Cooking with MoWino. We are continuing our exploration of French cuisine as I work on the French chapter of my cookbook, and it is Bastille Day this week, so we are drinking and eating everything French and listening to French music for inspiration and everything. So tonight I'm sitting at my table and it's already set for my neighbor who lives down the hall, who's French, and she's coming over to test out MoWino's version of Ratatouille. So, chin chin, fingers crossed, and you've seen our ingredient board. So now let's go into the kitchen and compile the yumminess. That's probably not very French to say that, but it's MoWino. Cheers. Okay, so we have one heavy Dutch oven on top of the stove, and I am going to add to 1 tablespoon of olive oil my garlic cloves that have been minced. Now normally I don't start off something with the garlic because has a quick tendency to burn. So you got to stir it quickly, but you know it's happening when you have the flavorful aroma of the garlic rising. And what I'm going to do to also offset that possible burn is I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. And I'm going to just blend that in with the garlic so that we don't have burnt garlic, because it does really mess things up. And we're going to add to our garlic and tomato paste 1 medium rough chopped onion. So basically with Ratatouille it's a lot of layering of flavors. And now, I have to admit, I did think about trying to put this in the slow cooker, and that meant putting everything in at once. But that would really take away the beauty of Ratatouille, and it would create vegetable soup or stew. And we don't want that to be the case here. I'm just going to let these onions and the garlic sort of saute and get a little bit of tenderness on them. And then we will start adding our additional layers. And now I'm going to add my bell peppers. I have a melody of red, yellow, and orange, but you could use any one you want. Those are the ones that happen to look good in the store. Again, I'm going to just get these flavors to marry each other and slightly tenderize the peppers. Of all of the vegetables being used, the onions and the peppers take the longest to cook and tenderize, so that's why I'm giving them a head start above the rest of the vegetables. Okay, as you can see, we're getting not only a tenderization but a slight caramelization from the peppers, so it's now time to add more levels of flavor. The main components of Ratatouille is eggplant. So you've seen the ingredients that we peeled, chopped, salted, and rinsed, giving it a good stir here. Again, each layer of flavor needs to sort of have its moment on the stage before we join in the others. Now we've salted and rinsed the eggplant. We have our garlic as a level of flavor. So now I am just going to go ahead and add some pepper to this layer. next flavor component, or level I should say, is our zucchini. Again, which has been cubed. Now right now the pan is pretty dry, and that's intentional because our tomato layer is going to add a strong component of our liquid as the tomatoes cook down. And again, I have pre-salted the tomatoes because that just brings out their flavors. And this is MoWino. This is not traditional, but we are adding 3/4 of a cup of a white wine. Now, I thought about using red, but truthfully I had a white wine open. There you have it. But I think you could have done any red or white wine, preferably from the Rhone region, because we are trying to stay truthful to our Frenchness here, our Frenchy. We're Frenching it up. I'm just going to put a layer of pepper, because again we have already 2 layers of salt in this component. I'm going to let this cook down, and then we're going to add some fresh herbs. I'm going to put a lid on it, and I'm going to let it low simmer for about a half an hour, and then I'm going to check on it, and then we're going to add some fresh herbs, which I believe will be basil and maybe some thyme. However, I won't know until I'm looking in my herb garden, whichever inspires me. But traditionally, it definitely has basil. I don't know, we might do oregano. We'll see.